Hold on. So what? Walking while
It was walking in the middle of the
while
street.
black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
Let me read the office report.
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not.
All right, quick pause, eyes. You heard that right? The man got stopped for jaywalking. Technically illegal, yes, but how often is that enforced unless there's more going on? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this was a legit stop or a classic case of walking while black?
Walking in the middle of the street.
So, good morning, Mr. Woods. Trevion Woods. Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor, make it the cause number for this.
2533 007.
Okay. Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next to him.
Okay, now this is where things escalate fast. A simple street crossing just turned into a firearm and drug possession case. But did the officer actually have cause to search him before discovering that? That's the legal gray zone we need to unpack.
And the officers asked the defendant for his Texas driver's license.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor.
jaywalking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Again,
The officers discovered a warrant out for the defendant's arrest out of McLennan County for aggravated sexual assault of a child. And the officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
hold on. So what? Walking while
It was walking in the middle of the street.
black again? Again, jaywalking. Where?
Let me read the office report.
It's only if you can pursuant to the warrant.
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not walking in the middle of the street.
So, dude, you gotta be.
Now that was a mini motivational seminar courtroom edition. The judge isn't just giving a ruling, he's giving life advice. Real talk. Do you think judges should take this kind of paternal approach, or is that overstepping the bench?
Careful in this life, man. You know, just do the right thing. It's not hard, man. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You gotta be careful, man. You know? So is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Just be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're going to rise up in life. It correlates with money too. The higher education you got, more money you're going to make in life, the better you are off. That's the rub. That's what you got to do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay? Morning, Mr. Eli.
Good morning.
How are you?
Better, a lot better.
You seem clear-headed. Things are going well now. You know, you've got a clear mind of what's going on. The problem is how long that's going to last. You know, God forbid you dig yourself into such a deep hole that you'll never crawl out of. And then if you end up a criminal case where there's a dead body, that's exactly what you've done.
This is one of those turning point moments. He's choosing drug court instead of jail, essentially a last shot at reclaiming his life. And if you've ever known someone in recovery, you know this kind of decision can literally save a life or fall apart fast.
We will do everything in our power to prevent that from happening, no matter what you're doing. All that needs to happen going forward is you do not get into a car. Whatever you're doing in this life, wherever you need to go, don't get into a car. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do, ever, if you're using anything, is to get to a car. You have a 4,000, 5,000 pound missile that can do catastrophic damage to anyone you run into. And if you are in a state that you shouldn't be, don't. Do you understand?
Yes.
What's going to happen now? What are we doing?
I'm gonna continue with the drug program, with the drug court, and better my life and stop doing what I've been doing. And move forward from this.
Do you know what happens if you don't?
Yes,
What happens if you don't?
I'll go to prison.
You will go into a rehab facility. That's what's going to happen. I am now, and I've told Shreya that I don't agree with what's going on now. I do, but I don't, because what I really think is what the report said in that Safe P, which is an inpatient treatment facility. That's what I really think. But agreed to try to let you do this on your own.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
If you are unable to do this on your own, we're going to do it the other way. And the other way is what the report says, and it is the treatment facility in the jail. It's going to happen one way or the other. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, when you're out there, if you ever have a craving, if you ever have someone coming up to you, giving you peer pressure to go do this, don't. Find a sponsor, find someone else to talk to, call me, come here to court, call Shreya, and don't hang out with the people that you were using with before. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can we give him a curfew so that he's not out in the middle of the night as part of the sober court?
I can add that curfew, but they have their own special conditions, so I'm not sure. Let me see if they'll interfere with it.
Here's a legal nugget for you. Plea deals often come with heavy strings. He's giving up trial rights, immigration protections, and more, all for the chance to avoid prison if he follows the court's strict program. But one slip, game over.
Look, I don't want to interfere with their specifics. I mean,
Judge, you can just defer it to sober court since they are going to have the intensive weekly reviews.
I'm scared for you, Mr. Eli. I really hope that you can make this work, and I want you to do it. But, you know,
I am.
when you're using that kind of dope, don't go back to the old, don't hang out with who you were hanging out with. Don't go back to the places you were hanging out with, because all you need to do is be in that environment, and it's going to catch you up like this. If you start using, if you don't comply with these conditions, I will issue a warrant immediately. Do you understand? Mr. Eli, you're charged with, so we're going on the second, right? Everything else is being dismissed? Is that right?
Yes, Judge. The FSGI and false report is a dismissal.
What about, was there any restitution on the FSGI?
Your Honor, we weren't able to get in contact with the complaining witness.
It wasn't a major at all.
Okay.
Offender, like literally a bumper.
You're charged with 3 cases. You're charged with false report. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense, and you're also charged with failure to stop and give information. You've worked out an agreement they're going to dismiss 2, and you're going to plead on the DWI second. As part of the plea agreement, you're going to sober court, which I really hope you take to heart, because I've already done the spiel for you. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, you are stuck with this until you complete it successfully, or unless we have to issue a warrant and file a motion to revoke. If you violate the terms, we will issue a warrant, put you in custody, and then we're going to have a hearing. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at an entire year in jail. You understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to driving while intoxicated, second offense? Guilty or not guilty? The other thing is this, is that you now are charged and will have 2 DWIs on your record. What happens the next time?
Prison.
Now, if you ever are in a car and you get charged, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony. You'll be facing a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do not get into a car. I am suspending your license for 2 years. Do not get into the driver's seat of any car. Do you understand?
Yes.
So we're doing, it's an 18-month probation, right? And then is it
DWI education
repeat offender, right?
and the DWI repeat offender.
So are we doing 2 DWI education classes?
One DWI education and then one DWI repeat offender.
Okay. Victim impact panel?
It's not on there, but I can add it.
Well, no, I don't want to do anything that they don't want.
They have 60 hours of community service.
Yeah. So one of the things that you'll have to do is 60 hours of community service. I know that as part of a reward system that they have with you, the better you do, the more conditions they'll take off. So they may waive your community service time if you do well in the program. What else?
Your Honor, we looked into it and the code does say that you shall require 5 days, not less than 5 days, due to the 5 within 5.
3.
Oh, I apologize. What? Not less than 5 according to the code.
3 days.
According to the code?
72 hours is a condition of probation. Can we go over that?
Can you go a second?
Yes, because it's outside the 5 years.
It's within 5 years.
It's the,
Mr. Lindsay, was it 5 as a condition or was it 3?
We went to 3, but we have counsel here ready to come discuss.
I believe that the statute's worded a little strangely.
Don't say.
Just give me one moment, Judge. I just said it.
Why is it like this? I mean, I don't understand. Why?
Statute reads, according to Article 4, condition of community supervision, that the defendant submit to not less than 5 days of confinement of county jail, and if the defendant was punished under Section 49.09A, which is the DWI second, and was subject to 49.09H, which is the 5 within 5. And that subsection H reads, the subsection applies to a person.
The judge is laying down the law: no bars, no parties, no second chances. It might sound harsh, but the goal here is crystal clear. Eliminate every trigger that could lead to relapse. You think that's realistic or a setup for failure?
Convicted of a second or a subsequent offense related to the operating of a motor vehicle while intoxicated, committed within 5 years of the date on which the most recent preceding offense was convicted.
I don't have any information on the first one. When was the first
The
one?
first one was committed October 23rd, or conviction date was October 23rd, 2019, and the most recent that we're on now committed on May 5th, 2024.
so the other one was committed outside the 5 years.
It was,
And this
Is it
conviction,
conviction or committed?
so my understanding is this is the conviction we're talking about. So he would be convicted of an offense under 49 with his prior being committed outside the 5-year window.
so so he committed the DWI out of county, I think it was January of 2019.
So outside 5 years.
And that's where the statute reads a little bit confusing.
You were okay with the 3, right, Mr. Lindsay? Right?
Yes, Judge, we're okay with the 3.
So we'll just do that.
Yes, Judge.
Probation.
Okay. Stay sober.
So what are you doing?
Don't use. Mr. Eli, don't use. Do you understand? Don't go to any parties. Don't go to any bars. I want to also put on the bars, places of ill repute. Any place where it's 50% or more,
Judge, can
or
you
liquor.
that or just whatever on the 3 days? He'll be released today, correct? Yes.
Okay.
There's nothing holding him, correct?
Is that?
I mean, no, once I get to the date.
Yes, correct.
I'm in for those days.
Perfect.
Don't use. Okay? So how do you plead the offense, guilty or not guilty? Guilty. I will find you guilty, send it you to the agreement, make it work.
There's 2 enhancements.
Is it true that you were convicted of the felony offense of possession of a controlled substance in 2020 out of the 209th District Court?
True.
Okay, true the enhancement. Okay, guys. Good luck, Mr. Eli. I hope it works. Thank you for being patient.
We'll do a Friday report at 7 p.m. on what? 3 weeks.
I'd say 30 days from now.
What?
He wants to do it 30 days from now on a Friday.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
Let's do.
I want him to report here, though. Hey, I want him to report here so I can take a drug test.
Okay.
So it'll be November 15th,
Report to court 8 or 9 in the morning, and I'm going to take a drug test.
on November 15th.
On that date,
Yes. Don't use. Okay.
can I ask a question? Is that okay? So on November 15th, do I come here to?
Yes.
I want you to come right
Yeah.
here.
I'm saying just surrender here, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
Here in court with me.
Why can't you just go to?
Because I want a drug test.